So some of you might be surprised I'm not playing Dragon Age today, because it's been a little while since I streamed, and I often play Dragon Age. I don't want to exclusively be a Dragon Age streamer, but you know, it's a game I enjoy, so but yeah, no Dragon Age today. And possibly not for a while. So those of you who aren't aware of the news, from what I know, I think it's the video game voice actors are renegotiating with studios. Like, they have the okay to go ahead and strike if a deal isn't met. And as of last night, a deal was not met. So no news yet about whether or not there is going to be a strike. But if there is going to be a strike, it's going to be against a lot of big studios, big game developers and stuff, including EA. So what that means for content creators is that we won't be able to stream any games from any of the studios and stuff on the list without, you know, being fucking scabs. And I'm a lot of things, but I'm not a fucking scab. So that means if we do go on strike, Dragon Age is going to be one of the games that I won't be able to play until the strike ends. So I'm kind of waiting to hear the news about whether or not there is going to be a strike before I start up with the next game, because I don't want to start Awakening and then have to pause it for an indeterminate amount of time. So you know. So today I decided, you know, I went through my list of indie games to be safe, and also because I wanted to find something nice and chill and kind of short, something I've been kind of wanting to play for a while. And I have been wanting to play Mortician's Tale for a long while, like pretty much since it came out. And from what I hear, it's pretty short. I think it's only a couple hours long. So how about we go ahead and get into it then, huh? Okay. So as I said, I've never played this before, but I'm excited. September 14th. Oh, we missed that by a few days. Sorry, moving the mic so I can see my screen. Okay, is this a WASD? No, this is point and click. Just point and click, okay. Look at us. We're just little. Hello and welcome to our new funeral director, from Matthew Jeffrey to Charlie. September 14th, 9:22 a.m. Welcome, Charlie. Nice to meet you. My name's Matthew, and I'm mainly going to be the man who delivers the bodies to you and helps with some of the more heavy lifting. Ever hear that joke about a hearse driver? I'll tell it to you when I come by in a bit. Looking forward to working together. I think you'll enjoy working here. Amy's a sweetheart, but she runs a tight ship. Nothing you can't handle, I'm sure. She wouldn't have hired you otherwise. Cheers and good luck, Matthew J., Funeral Director, Rose and Daughter's Funeral Home. Hello and welcome to our new Funeral Director, from Amy Rose. Hello everyone, I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce our new Funeral Director, Charlotte, or Charlie, as she told me she likes to be referred to. Yeah, Charlie is a recent graduate who became highly recommended and is eager to begin her career here with us at Rose and Daughter's Funeral Home. Please take the time to make Charlie feel at home within our little family. We'll have a nice catered lunch this afternoon so we can all get to know each other a little better as well. Sincerely, Amy Rose, founder and director, Rose and Daughter's Funeral Home. Did he reply all? He did not reply all. Good job, Matthew. Hello, Charlie. Well, you're new here, so it's probably best I explain where everything is. Yes, please. In your office preparation room, you'll find your cremation station, cremulator station, embalming station, and obviously, since you're reading this email, your desk and computer area. I know you have experience working with these stations, but please let me know if you have any questions. Amy Rose, from Jen Love. Good looking, beautiful, and smart baby you. Thanks, Jen. I guess my subject lines to you should start being more professional now that we are business professionals. I can't wait to get your replies so I can see your fancy new email signature. I love that you were able to land this gig straight after graduating. It sounds super cool. That is awesome. I didn't even know mom and pop funeral homes were a thing until now, because it's just not something I really think about much about. Yeah, they're a huge thing. It's usually a family business, you know? I should look more into this, learn more about your world and industry, because, as I said, you are now a very serious professional. Speaking of being a professional, my museum gig is amazing. I can't believe somebody paid me to move to London, and not London, Ontario, serial killer capital of Canada, to work in a museum. Like, take that, everyone who said I couldn't get a job with an art history degree. I'll tell you more about it when we Skype. My stories require you to see my face, and that you hear my excellent British accent impersonation. Also, I sign you up for a funerals monthly newsletter. Consider it your graduation gift. I love you. I'm super proud of you gift. Love you, love you, love you. Jen L, Museum Curator, London Pathology Museum. She's wonderful. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. Alright, today's tasks. Hello, Charlie. Hope you settled in okay so far. Matthew should have dropped off your first body for you to work on. Oh, look at that coffee steaming. I like it. Let's see. He'll get used to his sense. Oh, let's see. He said you were really friendly and he's glad to have someone young and lively to work with. He'll get used to his sense of humor. Your first body is Mrs. Garcia, an elderly woman who died suddenly of a heart attack. The family have asked for a closed casket funeral, so no embalming or body preparation is necessary. Okay. Family seems a little bit more united than previous families we've dealt with. Okay, so we are starting with an easy one. Strange how grief affects people differently. Perhaps having more time to say goodbye makes things a bit easier if that's possible. That being said, although you will not be embalming Mrs. Garcia, I do think it's important to take time to clean her body, yes. No one is going to see her body, but I like to encourage my funeral directors to do this out of respect for the deceased and their loved ones. You'll find Mrs. Garcia in the prep room. Talk soon, Amy Rose. I guess I got forwarded this. No embalming, closed casket. From Mia. Oh, she's got a baby. Dear Amy, we're happy to be with Rose and daughters for my mother's funeral. We understand that there are usually procedures that must be followed in these situations, but if you could kindly not embalm my mother, that would be greatly appreciated. And we will proceed with a closed casket for the service. I just know she wouldn't have wanted her death to have any negative impact on the environment, and since she fought so hard to beat her heart disease and to live healthily, it would be a shame to have her final moments to be counter to the way she lived. Thank you for anything you can do to help us in this matter. Of course. I don't want to be involved either, for the record. Okay, so anyone's taking notes. Tips for good etiquette at a funeral. Don't bring party blowers or anything. Oh, from Funerals Monthly, yay! Thanks for subscribing. Each month we bring you a new newsletter featuring a topic pertaining to the death industry. Awesome. This month is all about good etiquette for attending a funeral. I really can't believe we have to write this one out, but since we said we'll answer your most popular questions, here we are because this is definitely one of the most popular questions. Funerals are a hard time and we understand that, but here are some quick and easy rules, to remember for being respectful at a funeral. Generally, following the guidelines of don't be a jerk should work. Don't be on your cell phone. No shit, oh my god. I understand you're busy, but this is a time and place to disengage. You have to be on your cell phone, don't do so inside the funeral home. Don't be loud and obnoxious. You can share happy stories, but other people are also grieving and working through their own healing process. Being quiet gives other people space they might need. Don't get drunk. Everyone can deal with their feelings in their own ways, just remember to be respectful when with the grieving family and friends. Happily reminisce. Sometimes remembering happy moments and positive experiences with the deceased can be a productive part of the healing process. Give condolences. It's not easy knowing what to say to someone, but even a simple "I'm thinking of you" can go a long way. Dress appropriately. What this looks like will change based upon the customs of the deceased and their culture, but always dress in a way that shows respect to the deceased and their grieving family. Give a gift or sign the registration book. This can be flowers or a nice card, but it's the thought that counts here. Sometimes this can be even just cooking dinner for the grieving family. Anything that shows you care and want to help them through the healing process is what matters here. Be kind and be helpful. Alright, let me reply to Amy. So we're just gonna wash Mrs. Garcia's body. Here you are. Hello, ma'am. I'm glad you had time with your family. Okay. This is the prep room where you prepare bodies for burials and viewings. Okay. Because the family has requested a closed casket ceremony with no embalming, we're just going to clean the body. Sponge. Where's the sponge? Here's the sponge. I click and drag. Okay. And get you all cleaned up. Wash your eyeballs. There we go. That's it. Mrs. Garcia will be sent to Mike, who will take care of the dressing and putting her in the casket. It's time to go to Mrs. Garcia's funeral. You are responsible for taking care of the deceased body. It's also important to pay your respects to their loved ones. Follow the arrow to head to the funeral parlor. Okay. This way. Okay. Alright, that looks like Mia. Wearing pantyhose, my legs are so itchy. Always so cold in these funeral homes. It is. Oh. I think I might actually miss those sweaters she used to knit for me now. Oh. Hey, kiddo. Hungry, when can we go? There should be snacks after. Wait, there's snacks there. Or the family specifically said no embalming. I thought it was mandatory, like required by law, but I guess not. It's not. Embalming is not required by law. Nope, nope, nope. Embalming weirds me out. Do those chemicals leach into the ground? Yes. Seems strange to be using a chemical that is known to cause cancer and putting it into the ground like that. Yep. Or into the sewer. That must be what they do with the leftover formaldehyde, right? Just pour it down the drain? At least embalming guarantees you won't be buried alive. That's true. Don't make me laugh right now. Oh. Okay. I have to click through it all again. Okay. Who are these guys? She would have hated these paintings. She was so particular. Yeah, at least she doesn't have to see them, I guess. That's... yeah, I guess. Oh. How about you? We usually don't small talk a lot of these things. At least that's what I was always taught. Okay. I can't get snack. That's for the family, okay. Goodbye, Mrs. Garcia. Okay. Do I have to stick around anymore, or can I get going? Can I get back to work? So I'm sure there's more. Aha! October 11th. Oh, yes, clean the station. Very important. What have we got? Okay. I am so frustrated right now. What's going on, Jen? Okay, so let me... I was looking at Jennifer's name because she first signed it as a, what? Jen Love, right? But now she's Jennifer Valentine. Oh, I guess... yeah, Valentine Love. Okay, got it. Okay. Okay, so let me explain this in a bit more detail. A colleague and I were discussing the tight lacer's liver specimen that we have here at the museum. It's from a woman who died in 1807, and the liver is tapered inwards from what the doctor leading the autopsy believed was too tight lacing on her corset. It's fascinating because it's kind of a controversial topic. Tight lacing was super popular, and while people associated it with fainting or hysteria, It's actually been associated with visceraptosis, which is when the organs fall to the lower part of the abdomen, right? Which is super unsettling, but can also be caused by being pregnant. So, TLDR, of course, it's probably messed up some bones, but likely didn't do this kind of internal organ damage. And I'm tired of the condescension about my wardrobe that also implies I don't know what I'm doing. These are the kinds of things I specifically research, and yet I'm treated like I know nothing about. I'm having a day, Charlie. Jenna. Museum curator, London Pathology Museum. Let's see. Okay, this was earlier. Okay. Can I just rant for a second? I'm so tired of hearing strangers, colleagues, anybody, male colleagues especially, dude, for real, get out of my case for wearing corsets. I wear them under my blazer and over a nice blouse, so it's not like, okay, so it's not like I'm dressing inappropriately, even though dress codes are such sexist bullshit anyway. And like, I hate how their misogyny gets veiled in faux concern. Jen, I'm just worried you're damaging your body. You know what corsets do to livers, right? Corsets don't do anything to livers. They're definitely not hurting me as much as your condescension is hurting my head. Sorry, I'm out of sorts right now. I'll send you another email in a bit when I've cooled off a bit. I want to read the other emails first, but I will read this before I respond. Here's the instructions for your next body. Did a remarkable job on the first one. Family is very happy with you. No small feat, of course. Pleasing a grieving family isn't exactly the most comfortable of jobs. That's a long time between corpses. That's unusual. Is this like a very, very small town? Because that's almost a month. Your next job is a man named Mr. Duval. An elderly man died of old age. Nothing fancy, just a standard funeral with embalming. You can reach out to his daughter Lizzie Duval if you have any questions. She's handling her father's passing as well as can be expected. As always, don't hesitate to ask me any questions. Best, Amy Rose. P.S. Charlie dear, please remember to wear proper embalming gear. Formaldehyde is extremely dangerous. I know I don't need to tell you, but my maternal instincts are hard to ignore. I promise I won't mother you too much. Well, just a little. Ask Matthew, he knows. Okay. Oh, let me see. Passing this along. Please pass along our deepest thanks to you and your staff for the wonderful job they did with our mother's funeral. It was really lovely. Our family so rarely gets together. It was nice seeing everyone come out for such a beautiful service. My son never gets to see his family. Also, it was incredibly kind of you to let us bring our own food in. Getting to share home-cooked meals, sharing stories, being there together, it meant a lot. So what I'm saying is, it was nice for everyone to be there like that, together in that way. And I know how much of that was due to the work of your staff, especially your funeral director. Thank you for making this difficult time easier for all of us. Oh. Oh, what you got for us, Matthew? Hey there, Charlie. I was driving around the other day, you know, taking our clients on their last trip around town. And I was thinking, strange I know, did I ever tell you about the first time I went to a funeral? I was a teenager, about to start university, and a friend of mine was killed. In a car accident, totally out of the blue. Really tragic stuff. Messed me and my friends up real good. But so, the big day, we all got into our best suits and dresses and packed ourselves into a few cars. There were a lot of us, so we had at least 3 different cars full of us, like clown cars, you know? While we're in the procession going to the cemetery, someone in our car got a phone call from a friend in a different car. Turns out, some asshat driver who doesn't know to not get in the way of a procession drove through the intersection and smashed straight into our friend's car. Nobody was hurt, thank God, but can you imagine getting that call? Jesus. Anyway, one of my friends in the same car as me, one who got the phone call, hung up and just started laughing. Was laughing her ass off in that way that makes you not sure if they're really just crying or if they've fully gone off the deep end. And she laughed, and then we all started giggling because, like, go figure, life is messed up sometimes, you know? There's no moral, no point to the story, I guess. Just remember that story I wanted to tell you? Because we work with death all the time and I still sometimes get caught off guard by what that actually means. Oh, and before you get any ideas, that has nothing to do with why I became a funeral director. That decision came totally later and is nothing unremarkable. Somebody has to do it, and I have a strong stomach, so why not? See you in a bit, Charlie. Okay, what to wear when you're attending a funeral from a different culture. Okay. We all know everyone wants to be respectful at funerals. Don't talk too loudly, be kind, smile, and refrain from making inappropriate jokes, at least around the grieving family. Hey, sometimes people do need a little bit of a pick-me-up during such hard times, so who are we to judge? And a big part of that is knowing what to wear. Roman Catholic funerals tend to lean more to the formal black attire rule, and it works for us. You know, this goes back to the days of the Roman Empire when people would wear black as a symbol for mourning. Black isn't universally the symbol for mourning, though. If you're attending a funeral that is from a culture that is not your own, it's important to understand this. Some colors have different meanings, and despite your best intentions, the wrong choice could mean an accidental offense. For example, in Hinduism and in Chinese cultures, white is a typical color for funerals. For Islam, though, it is less about the color you're wearing and more about how modestly you're dressed. Refrain from wearing any elaborate jewelry and be respectful of your behavior. For Sikh funerals, color of the clothing isn't as important as is dressing modestly and being able to appropriately sit cross-legged. Actually, being respectful is just the #1 rule for any funeral, no matter what. Remember that, and please don't hesitate to ask what is and isn't appropriate to wear. If you are attending to support a friend, family member, or partner, this day is not about you, so be sure to do whatever you can to be as respectful and supportive as possible, even if that means not wearing what you used to wear at a funeral, or even if it just means asking how you can appropriately show your respects. Oh, right, I still need to respond to my next job. Okay, so, oh, not you, this one. Okay, so double check Mr. Duval, just standard embalming, okay. Hello, Mr. Duval. I am all scrubbed up, good, good. Traditional burials typically require embalming, which preserves the body and prevents it from decomposing as quickly. Unless the family requests otherwise, all traditional burials will use embalming. Start by cleaning the body. Shave him. Okay. In order to break rigor mortis, you'll have to massage the body. Click and drag over the body to massage it. Oh, I have eye caps? They're down here. The eyeballs deflate once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag an eye cap into each eye socket. Oh, here they are. Give each eye socket its shape. Yeah, because they're like spiky. And you like... And there you go. To keep the eyes shut, you'll need to glue them. Click and drag the glue into each eye to drag it shut. There you go. Mouth sags. Body starts decomposing. Oh, no. Cotton. Not sewing yet. And drag a cotton ball to the mouth to give it shape. Keep the mouth from opening. You suture it shut. You can drag the needle and thread over the jaw. Close it. Okay. You can drag the lotion over the body to moisturize it. Prevents the skin from drying out. Embalming involves removing blood and replacing it with preserving chemicals. Click and drag the scalpel over the neck to make an incision. Going to need a tube for draining the blood. Click the tube and drag it into the neck incision. This tube? No, that's... There we go. Tubing. Click on the cannula. Cannula? Drag it onto the carotid artery. So you get the preserving chemicals into the bloodstream. Here. Connect the embalming machine to the cannula. Grab some additional tubing. And drag it to the cannula. Okay, sweet. Click the button on the embalming machine to turn it on. In order to evenly distribute the chemicals, you'll have to massage into the body. Okay, so up that incision. Okay, almost done. Need to drain the organs of any remaining fluids. Click on the trocar, then click and hold on the abdomen until all the fluid's been drained. Cool. Oh, did I not finish it? Okay. So it looks like it was done. Okay, and now we're done. Sweet. I will take care of Mr. Duval's makeup, as well as dressing and putting him in his casket. Alright. Mr. Duval. They talked about dressing requirements, but I don't think Mr. Duval had any, so... Okay. Came out of nowhere. I mean, it always sort of does, doesn't it? Yeah, 1 minute you're laughing, having fun, next poof, the person is gone. Just like, gone. Yeah, it's weird to think about for too long, like staring at the sun. I start to feel all fuzzy when I think about it. It's so weird how our bodies just stop working like that. Yeah. So strange not seeing most people wearing white. White? Yeah, I think it's different for different family members. I can't remember. I haven't gone to many traditional funerals. So mostly white, but like definitely not red no matter what. So yeah. He always wanted to take his grandkids to the park, play catch. He loved playing catch. He threw a mean curveball, that's for sure. Dude, get off your phone. Kick your ass. Oh, I didn't mean to talk to you guys again. Alright. Goodbye, Mr. Duval. Oh, we can use the cremator today? Okay, what we got? Alright, from Amy Rose, cremation. Hello, Charlie. Today's funeral is for a woman who died from breast cancer. Nothing fancy, just a standard cremation. Please don't hesitate to ask me if you have any questions. So on this lovely thank you note. Oops. Where are we? Hi Amy. Thank you for the wonderful evening you and your staff put together for my father's funeral. He wasn't always an easy man to get along with, but I'm glad to have seen him sent off in such a kind way. Thank you. From Jen. Let's see, is this okay. Meet and cutes for death positive cuties. Charlie, I was doing some reading. I know you hate when I try to give you dating advice, but hear me out. There's this dating site that's specifically for people working in the death industry. Okay, so maybe I'm a little worried for you. You haven't mentioned anybody since the breakup of 2014, then that we will never speak of again after this moment. But you're always saying how tired you get of people being scared to ask you to ask about your day. So maybe meeting somebody in the industry isn't the worst idea. Just promise me you'll consider it, okay? It's harder for me to make sure you're seeing sunlight when I'm all the way across the ocean. I know you look like a babe with pale skin and witchy gothy aesthetics are super hot right now, but vitamin D is still a good thing. Mom rant over. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to try it out because turns out people get super scared off when you tell them you work in a museum filled with dead bodies. Do you know how not interesting other people find teratomas? Carly, I didn't know we were this weird to outside people. I've been spoiled by having a best friend who is as much of a weirdo as I am. Miss you, let's grab a bottle of wine for our next Skype date. Yes, if you sign up for Dead Meat. I love that. Isn't that the best name for a death industry dating website? Tinder rules apply. You have to like me if you come across my profile or whatever. I'm not sure how it works just yet though. That's cute. Paycheck coming late. Let me read the original. To Matthew. Hey Matthew, this is embarrassing, but it seems I miscalculated some of our income and I don't have enough to pay you this week. Would it be terribly inconvenient if I cut you a check for next week instead? If you need the money urgently, please let me know. I feel terrible about this whole thing and could cut you a check from my personal account if need be. I'm so sorry about this. I assure you it won't happen again. Take care. Okay, so Matthew forwarded it to me. I don't like the look of this, not one bit. I know you've only been with us a few months, but maybe you're aware of the trouble Amy has been having. A small mom and pop shop like Rose and Daughters can't compete with the bigger guys. Anyway, don't tell Amy I sent this to you. Also, I'm starving, so I'm gonna grab some fast food before taking the hearse to the car wash. 2 birds, 1 stone. And swing back to the home. You want anything? Beef and cheddar? Can I take the hearse through the drive-thru? Of course. Freaks people out. They love it. They get so awkward. Let me know heading out 15. Ooh, LGBTQ funerals. Respect. If you've been a long-time subscriber to our emails or follow us on social media, you've no doubt heard about the misgendering that transgender people are at times subjected to during the funerals. There have been notable situations where trans women have had their wishes overruled by their families and have had their hair cut or buried under the wrong names, subjected to the wrong pronouns in their obituary announcements. We care a lot about this because we believe in treating every person with the same level of compassion, respect, and care. This absolutely extends to pronouns and respecting the deceased's wishes as per their lived experiences. The CDC's Funeral Director's Handbook on Death Registration and Fetal Death Reporting offers the fraught directive. Either male or female based on observation. Do not abbreviate or use other than symbols. Do not abbreviate or use other symbols. If sex cannot be determined after verification with medical records, inspection of the body, or other sources, enter unknown. Do not leave this item blank. Leaving it up to observation, obviously, enters into a world of issues since bodies can be so different, and because of ingrained bias, people can draw incorrect assumptions based on their own inaccurate observations. California has passed what is known as the Respect After Death Act, which states that the death certificate must reflect the deceased's gender identity as they lived it, so a step in the right direction. That's good. I know this game came out, in like, what, 2018 or something? Maybe earlier? I don't remember. So, I don't remember if more things like that have come out since then. People who are trans deserve the same respect in death as people who are cisgender receive. Misgendering in death takes away this respect. It can also inflict hurt and trauma on spouses and friends that have survived the deceased. So what can we do as funeral directors? Listen to the people who come into your office. In America especially, some marriages may not be recognized as legal depending on the laws around same-sex marriage, but this doesn't mean you're not dealing with 2 people who have loved each other in the same way as another couple. Listen, learn, and always be respectful. While you have to work with the next of kin, your duty is also to ensure the deceased receives the utmost respect in their burial. If a funeral is to honor the deceased, then do that. Honor them. I realize there's another tab here. First range of personalized funeral services. Burial open casket ceremony reception. Oof, it's expensive to die, y'all. Oof. Cremation ceremony reception. That's not too bad. I mean, still expensive, but... Direct burial with no ceremony or reception. Direct cremation with no ceremony or reception. Rose and daughter's funeral home was founded by my grandparents back in 1956. The Rose family has proudly served the area since then, providing personal, affordable funeral services for all. I'm proud to have carried on my family's business for the last 36 years, working with the best and brightest funeral directors and grief counselors in the area. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you've recently experienced a loss and would like us to help you through this hard time. Alright, so we are just cremating this woman. Alrighty, so let's just, guess she's already dressed and everything. Oh, okay. Before we cremate Mrs. Hall, we'll need to prepare her body. Mrs. Hall's family brought clothing and jewelry for her to wear. It's important to remove these before the cremation process as to not damage them. I guess she wore them during the ceremony? Start by removing Mrs. Hall's necklace. You can drag the necklace. We will place the necklace in the urn with her remains later, okay. Need to be able to identify Mrs. Hall's remains after she's been cremated. We can drag the round identification tag and place it in the coffin. Alright, he is set to go. Alright. Oh, here she is. This is the cremulator. Yeah! Contrary to popular belief, cremation doesn't turn bodies into ash so much as bone fragments. Using the cremulator, we'll break these bone fragments down into ash-like remains. Yeah, they like pulverize them. Get them all dusty. Start by placing the urn in the cremulator. Here. Okay. Click and drag the bone fragments and drop them on top. Oh. I know they're this woman's bones, but like, look at that. Wish I could have played with the skull more. I didn't realize. Now the bones have been processed. Click and drag the urn back to the counter. Put her necklace in. Yes, I'm trying. Thank you. I'm trying. There we go. Alright, Amy will take the urn to the funeral parlor and present it alongside some flowers. Alright, let's go pay respects. This is nice in a weird way. She'd like that we're all here talking. We always try to keep the family together. Food is delicious. I know it's weird, but these crab cakes are perfect. Damn, I want good crab cakes at my funeral. Holy shit. That, and donuts. Donuts. Having donuts at funerals is a tradition in my family, so we need to have good donuts there. Hopefully it's not anytime soon, but you know. Glad she was cremated and not in like an open casket or something. Seeing her like that, I don't know if I could have. At least we all got to say goodbye. She would have liked that. She fought really hard. She was proud of herself. She never gave up, not once. She would have hated this music. She never wanted her funeral to be sad. She would have wanted a smiling, she said so. Yeah. Valentine's Day. Oh gosh, news about the future of Rose and daughter's funeral home. Sorry. Hi all. It is with a very heavy heart that I write to let you all know that Rose and Daughters will no longer be in business. I had no idea how to start this email, and resources I googled told me that would be the best and easiest way to break the ice. Be direct but remorseful, Google said. Truth is, I don't really know what to say. Since my father passed away, I've done my best to make Rose and Daughters warm and friendly to anyone who chose our services. It was my memorial to him, the original Rose, in a lot of ways. You've all become like family, including you, Charlie, our most recent addition. But it's been getting harder to make ends meet. Rent is going up in the neighborhood, and I'm finding less and less like I have the energy for this business. There's a lot of competition from other funeral homes, larger corporations than we are, that can take on more business and offer more impressive services. You know the way it goes. So, we've been bought. Or I sold. Either way, soon, Hillside Heritage Enterprises Incorporated, a company that owns many funeral homes in the city and across the country, will replace Rose and Daughters starting from the beginning of next month. Same building, same name. They're keeping the name Rose and Daughters Funeral Home for tax purposes, though honestly, I'm trying hard not to see it as a move on their part to keep up the image that it's a family-run business. I don't know how I feel about that, but I don't know if there's anything I can do at this point either. I've signed the papers. At least my father's legacy is still intact somewhat. They have a good reputation, and I've agreed to keep you all on. That was one of my stipulations. I would sell as long as you all weren't without a job. Sorry I didn't tell you in a more personal way. I would have loved to have a company lunch, but admittedly, I didn't have the heart to tell you in person. This was easier for me, please understand. Sincerely, Amy Rose, founder and director of Rose and Daughters Funeral Home. Thank you note. From Margarita Hall. I am eternally grateful you were able to accommodate our request for my sister's funeral. It was a beautiful service, and she would have been happy with it. That's such a weird thing to say, isn't it? Thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Okay, operation pacemaker, okay. There's a note below about the pacemaker. That can be tricky, yeah. Hi, Amy. Mariana Reyes. You asked if there are any special instruction we want to pass along. Just please cremate my father. He has a pacemaker too. The doctor told me that would need to be removed. Okay. From Ryan Garcia to Amy Rose. Hi Amy, I know this email might be a bit odd, but you said if I was ever having troubles I should reach out. And you would know somebody I could talk to about all this. I don't know what to do now. I know my grandmother lived a full, good life and was very happy and she's not in any pain anymore, but I still feel empty. Amy, I've never felt this empty before. What am I supposed to do now? Thought I was stronger than this. Can you refer me to someone to talk to? I don't want to freak out my mom right now. She's dealing with enough with work and the will and trying to just be the best mom she can. I just need somebody to tell me it'll be okay. Thank you, and I'm sorry for being an inconvenience. I thought I would forward this to you. In situations like this, we typically connect people like Ryan with a grief counselor or other professionals who can really help him. Sometimes we get emails like this when people don't know where else to turn. It's difficult, and family isn't always the most reliable for some people. Usually I would be happy to connect him, but I'm feeling a little tired today. Not my usual self. And it would be good for you to start building these kinds of relationships on your own. You're a treasure, Charlie. Aha, a challenger approaches. Charlie, I've been playing a new game when things are slow at work. It's called Tales from the Crypt Sweeper. Get it? Get it? It's like Minesweeper, but way harder. Like seriously, it gets really, really difficult. And I thought my Minesweeper game was on point after working that overnight front desk job at the hotel for 3 years, but I must have gotten rusty. Anyways, instead of mines, you want to avoid graves so you don't disturb the adorable ghost. The main character also kind of looks like you. Want to start a healthy competition? High score gets to pick the restaurant we go to and one of us is in town next. I don't think I realized just how much talking this would be. Alright, from Funerals Monthly. You've lived your life mindfully in the environment, doing your part to reduce pollution and generally help out where you can. So why not continue doing that even in death? At least that's the thinking for a lot of people who are turning to green or natural burials. Natural cemeteries are becoming more popular and are focused on a few rules. Mainly, it's that bodies aren't allowed to be involved with chemicals that can damage the environment, and bodies must be buried in a biodegradable shroud or casket. Not only is this better for the environment, it's also cheaper. Hell yeah. At Union Cemetery in Ontario, Canada, a natural burial is just over $1,000. So better for the people, the environment, and just maybe not so good for big business. Let's not forget, people, this is still a business after all. But really, why go green? Green burials help preserve natural resources, work to reduce carbon emissions, protect the health of those preparing the bodies, and restore preserved natural habitats. Embalming fluids tend to contain formaldehyde, and funeral directors report a higher incidence of leukemia. Going green and not using toxic chemicals for embalming helps protect funeral directors while at the same time lessening the impact we have on the environment after we're gone. We here at Funerals Monthly think green burials are pretty cool. What do you think? Reply and let us know. Alright, so we gotta take care of his pacemaker and cremate him. Alright, sir. Okay. Mr. Reyes came directly from the hospital, so we don't have to worry about removing any valuables from him, as the family did not provide any for us to include. However, Mr. Reyes has a pacemaker we'll need to remove. Because pacemakers with batteries, they will explode inside the body of the cremation machine. We definitely don't want that. Let's start by removing his pacemaker. Have a scalpel, here we go. You can see the pacemaker. Only 4 steps. At least not 4 steps. Oh, I did, okay. This way. Place the around. Oh yeah, I guess I don't have to sew him up since he's just gonna be cremated. Alright, Mr. Reyes. So do we put the pacemaker in the, or just... Okay. This shouldn't be so fun, just waving the bones around the skull. Yes! I shouldn't be delighted waving the skull around like this, but like, look at it. It's just so wee. Okay. I'm sorry, Mr. Reyes. I obviously wouldn't do that in real life. Alright. Let's go for visitation. I wonder if he ever liked me. He was nice to me, but I don't know. He never seemed like he really cared if I was there or not. Aw. How y'all doing? You ever end up clearing the air with your father? No. We talked a few times, but no, not really. He sounded like a difficult man. He was stubborn. That's just it. Stubborn. Yeah. What do you want to do after this, my dude? It's pretty nice out. Let's change, go find a patio somewhere. Sounds good. I could really use a beer right now. Hey, did I ever tell you about the time we tailgated? I always told him to quit smoking, but of course he never listened to me, so that figures. Aw. February 28th. Been to a lot of funerals. Oh no. Oh, forward, okay. Hi, Amy. I just wanted to thank you for the service the other month. The other month, it was a few weeks ago. It was like 2 weeks ago. And apologize if I was abrupt. It was kind of a shock for me and I didn't feel comfortable with the whole process. He wasn't supposed to die yet. It hasn't been easy. Oof. Okay. This is a forward, let me read this. From Manuel Scott to Amy Rose. Good day, Miss Rose. Disregard our son's will as it concerns matters of his burial. He was clearly not thinking right and didn't know what he really wanted. Proceed with an open casket funeral. Fuck you. Charlie, I was hoping you wouldn't have to confront this situation. Yet, anyways, they're never easy. Rose and Daughters has been asked to prepare the body of a young man who took his own life. He had a will prepared and asked for cremation, but the family has demanded a traditional burial instead. Unfortunately, he didn't make anyone his power of attorney, or didn't have any witnesses sign his living will or his advance directive regarding these wishes, so his family is legally in the right to do what they want with his body. It's unfortunate, but we have to do as his family wishes. In most states, at least, I think power of attorney ends at death. Anyway, so. Matthew has graciously offered to take this on if you are uncomfortable with the subject. Instead, we have a second body you can prepare for a funeral we're hosting in the afternoon. Charlie, is the suicide something you're comfortable dealing with? Let me know I'm here if you need me. Can we deal with this today, y'all? Are y'all gonna be okay? Okay. When I edit this, when I post this, I will put a warning. Let's read this from Jen first. Okay. From Jen Love to Charlie. You hate mushrooms so much, I found the perfect thing for you. I've been thinking about death. I know, shocker. Look what you've done to me. And I think I want this mushroom suit. Yes! Yes! I've been wanting this mushroom suit. I've been saying this to, like, everyone who will listen in my family. Like, hey, when I die, give me this fucking mushroom suit. The Infinity Burial suit, by the way. But, yes. Or at least that's one of them. I think I want this mushroom suit. No, it's not called that, but I can't remember the name of it, so I'm writing you on my phone so I don't feel like Googling it right now. And I'm writing you on my phone so I don't feel like Googling. Anyways, the idea is that it's a biodegradable suit that the deceased wears. It's made with what people call a biomix, i.e. mushrooms and other microorganisms that help to decompose bodies, neutralize toxins in the bodies, and provide nutrients for the soil for plants. I think this one company even offers casket liners for use in green caskets. I think this is what I want. It'll be just like Hannibal. Wait, don't tell people I said that, okay? But seriously, it's pretty cool. I love all the death innovation happening. We might as well do something when we're in the ground, you know? That's how I feel. Love you. Think about it and let me know your thoughts. I want all your thoughts. If it's not this, then maybe I'll have my ashes made into jewelry. But seriously, I'm probably going to do this. There's no harm in planning ahead, right? Yeah. It's good to know what you want. Things to avoid saying at a funeral. Welcome back. Now, we rarely do listicles here, but for this month's newsletter, we thought a listicle would be the best way to deliver this month's advice. What not to say at a funeral. We know figuring out the right thing to say to a grieving friend can be extremely difficult. Excuse me. Since that's such a personal issue, it's hard to give specific advice. Some things will be more comforting to other people. But fortunately, we can deliver a little bit more solid advice on what to not say to someone who is grieving. So here it is, Funeral Monthly's top 5 things to not say at a funeral. At least they're no longer suffering. Even if this is true, nobody wants to hear this. It's probably not your place to dictate. For real. Who wants to be told that the death of somebody they love is for the best? Like I said, even if it's true, don't be that jerk and just don't say it. For real. I probably want... Yeah, I want this list posted at my funeral, at every funeral. Like, oh my god. No religious statements. Just don't. Why? It's not everyone agrees with your religious views. And not only is it not always comforting, it can also be insulting. We're with the angels now. See above's note, then rinse repeat. Let me know how I can help. This one is tricky. Right. You want to help, but those in mournings won't always ask for help. If you want to help, suggest specific things. For example, I'm free if you need someone to babysit the kids. This is in all situations, not just for someone grieving a death, like in all situations. Someone's having a hard time, offer more specific ways to help, because or just if someone's going through something, they are frequently not in the place to say exactly what they need. Actions are better than passive statements. Cook something for them, take them to their favorite restaurant, or buy tickets to see a movie together. I know how you feel. Fuck off. Even if you think you do, everyone grieves differently. Don't focus this on yourself. Empathy doesn't involve having to commiserate. Sometimes people will want to hear your experiences, but don't assume they will. Ask first. For a quicker version of this list that can be applied in any situation, don't say stuff just for the sake of saying stuff. Just say, I'm sorry, if you don't know what else to say. We can do this. If you're uncomfortable, come back in like 5 minutes. Alright, kid. I'm sorry you're not getting what you wanted. They've asked for an open casket. I'm sorry, kiddo. Okay. Alright. Alright, getting all that blood out. And full of formaldehyde. Which he did not want. It's tough when it's something like this, you know. Alright, Mike will take care of his makeup, so dressing and putting him in his casket. Which he didn't want. Yeah, this is a hard one. Still can't believe he did it. I feel like I should have known, you know? Been able to do something to stop it. There's no way to know. You can't blame yourself. You wouldn't have wanted that. I know. It just hurts. Yeah. I wish we were closer. Wow, I still can't believe this is real. My baby brother, I should have played more games with him when he asked. I heard it wasn't going to be an open casket. Surprised it's public. Usually funerals for these circumstances are more private. Hey kid. Sorry. Okay. March 3rd, what do we got? One second. Yeah? From Chad Grant, welcome. To Rose and Daughter staff, we are pleased to bring on Rose and Daughters as part of Hillside Heritage Enterprises Incorporated. There will be another institution among hundreds of other properties owned across the country. Gross. But of course, as part of the adjustment process of Hillside blah 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 blah, there will be a number of changes that will come to Rose and Daughters. We'll send out the memo regarding specifics and details of these changes, and we expect them to be followed impeccably. We'll have to be leading the way for Rose and Daughters from now on. Blech. From Matthew, what the hell? Right? Can I just say, first off, that this is bullcrap. Ugh, knowing how these corporations run, I wouldn't be surprised if they're monitoring our emails now. No, okay, I don't really believe that. I'm just upset. I get that Amy didn't have much of a choice. You can only fight a huge corporation taking all of your business for so long. This isn't 6 feet under. And they just swooped in and now have to deal with their BS practices. They're colder than the corpse I picked up from the morgue this morning. Who charges this much for funerals? It feels dirty and exploitive. Let's grab a drink after work. Maybe blow off some steam, and emails aren't really the most appropriate place to do this. Too late for me, I guess. Matthew J. Yes, if you're reading this, Hillside Overlord, good. Let me see just how bad that is. Oof. Package. Anyway, so. Okay, from Chad Grant, forward cremation. Charlotte, below are the details for our next quiet. You follow requested specifications exactly. After you're done, I will review your work in order to properly evaluate you at the end of the month. Thank you, Mr. Grant, for agreeing to take care of Jocelyn's cremation. The bike accident was, well, it was more than I was expecting. I know she wanted to be cremated, and to be honest, I don't think I could bear seeing her like that after what happened. Okay. Jen. Forward. Ooh. Oh yeah, they have death cafes and I really want to go to a death cafe. I don't know if there's been one in my area since the start of COVID, but I'll have to check it on that. You're invited to attend a death cafe. Come increase awareness of death with a view to helping people make the most of their finite lives. Join us, have a tea and cake, and talk with others about our thoughts, fears, and illuminations on death. The founder of the Death Cafe movement, John Underwood, once said, when people talk about death and dying, it tends to illustrate their humanity. See everyone at the Upside Down Bar next Thursday. From Jen. Can't really write much right now. I have a lot of work I need to do with an inguinal hernia from 1750. It's the oldest in our collection, and you can even see this bit of paper the surgeon put in after removing the hernia. Super cool. I'll send you the link when we have it cataloged. What is my life? What is that sentence I just typed? I love it. Oh my gosh. But anyway, this event I'm forwarding you is taking place near you. Figured you'd be into it. Might help with that feeling of restlessness you were talking about before. Could be good to talk about some of the things you're feeling. Lots of death positive people there. Sounds like it'll be a safe space. Okay. Different funeral traditions. Funeral rites, even in our own culture, may be something... maybe be something many of us may be unfamiliar with. For many people, all they know of funeral traditions are what they've seen in media. But, and I think this goes without saying, funeral rites and traditions aren't the same across the board. Different cultures have different protocols for cleaning the body to different aspects of the service itself. Religion provides different paths for dealing with the death, but the goal is almost always the same: offering support, guidance, and ease to the people who are grieving. In Judaism, interment usually begins immediately after somebody has passed. Up until burial, the body is never supposed to be alone, so often families will appoint a shomer, a guardian, to stand with the body, to remain with the body. Preparations for burial begin as soon as possible in Muslim traditions as well. Local Islamic community organizations are also often involved and help the family make arrangements for the funeral service and burial. But not all practices are strictly religiously focused. In the aughts of South Korea, the amount of graveyard space began to shrink drastically, causing a lottery pass that required families to remove a loved one's body from its burial place after 60 years. Many families began to cremate more often. There are also companies that compress remains into beads in turquoise, pink, or black called death beads. This also occurs in North America, Europe, and Japan, but remains much more common in South Korea because of the space issue in graveyards and expenses of cremation. And not all practices are somber either. Hey Maxwell, how you doing today? Ever hear of the turning of the bones, or the Balmadiana, a ritual by the Malagasy people of Madagascar? Doing good, doing good. Glad you're alright. Playing some Mortician's Tale today. Let's see. Balmadiana has families return to the ancestral crypt, exhume the bodies wrapped in cloth before dancing with the bodies to lively music. This practice is a celebration, remembrance, and way of keeping the deceased involved in family news. Death can be a difficult time for many people, obviously, but that doesn't mean there isn't a beauty in the ways we choose to honor and celebrate our deceased. Alright, so we've got a cremation today. This is our first cremation under new management, so we'll see how this goes. Alright, ma'am. Miss Jocelyn, was it? Miss Ionesco's body. Okay, let's take her watch. Identification tag. Alright. Just having a chill little morning stream. This is not really spooky. Oh, that's a beautiful urn. I shouldn't be this amused by the bones though. Like, I need to stop playing with their skulls. But look at this! Look at this! It's just like Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. And there we go. She is ready to go. Alright. Parlor look any different? Nope, parlor looks the same. They didn't redecorate or anything. Okay. Should we do a vigil at the spot? Careless drivers, I swear to God. Who's always so careful? Wore her helmet, signaled, used the bike lanes. Asshole drivers, they need to pay attention. You heard what's happening to the driver? No, I haven't wanted to ask Leah. This has been hard enough on them without asking about the legal ramifications of all this. Yeah. After all this, let's see what we can do to help them. Shouldn't deal with the death of the partner by themselves. That's awful. Are you Leah? Oh, you're Leah. I have to go through all of her things. How am I supposed to decide what to keep? If you need help, I can help. No. Thanks, I mean, but no, I don't know. It's so intimate, it feels like I should do it myself. It would kill me if others saw the things we have. Yeah, she was kind of a closed book, except to you. Yeah, she was special. Oh. I'm glad I'm here, but wow, I just need a glass of wine and to binge watch something right now. Yeah. So glad it was a cremation. I would have lost it seeing her body. Okay, March 24th. Oh, you've got a nice little plant. Okay. So what do we got today? Rules and code of conduct. Oof. Charlie, you need to drink beer after work. Oh god, what does this say? P.S. Also, I really want mozzarella sticks. I can be both hungry and angry, and I will not say hangry ever. Say hangry, Matthew. Come on. Okay, so what's going on here? What do you want, Chad? Chad Grants. As stated in a previous email, here are the new rules and code of conduct I expect you to follow from now on, while on any premises belonging to Hillside Heritage Enterprises Incorporated. God, I fucking hate their name. First and foremost, there is a required uniform and strict dress code from now on. Bullshit. Second most importantly is that no tattoos are to be visible. Fuck off. If you have visible tattoos, ensure they are properly covered and hidden. When speaking with customers and clients, consider the opportunity to upsell. I always encourage always encourage the deceased loved ones to purchase the higher quality package. Fuck off. We find that encouraging loved ones to think of the comfort and style of the deceased as an experience with no price limit on it. Additionally, food is no longer allowed to be brought in. Fuck you! Instead, encourage the deceased loved ones to purchase our premium sandwich and appetizer food package. Our partner Catering Concepts provides high-quality food that will be delivered weekly from their factory and can be easily defrosted the morning of the funeral. Fuck off! Ugh! I hate this so much! I expect all of the above changes to be instituted effective immediately to ensure a smooth transition into the high-quality services Hillside Heritage and blah 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 is known for. Fuck you. I'm about to get more pissed off. Oh my god, I need to drink some water. Hang on. Oh, I did not realize this game would piss me off. Oh, if I knew about the... Oh, if I knew about the part with the fucking, like, being taken over by corporate, that would... Oh. This is not as chill. This is not as chill. I'm getting pissed. Oh my god. Okay, okay. What the fuck do you have to say about the green burial policy, Chad? It better be good fucking news. Chad. Hello, Charlotte. I have reviewed your request on behalf of a potential family, inquiring if we at Hillside Heritage Enterprises can and will perform green burials. I should have informed you of this at the beginning, but we do not perform green burials as they are not cost effective. All employees and subsidiaries of blah 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 must comply. We do not wish to lose potential customers though, so do try your hardest to convince the families requesting green burials to instead choose a traditional burial package, complete with embalming caskets and vaults instead. Ugh. Thus you will ensure we do not lose any customers, Charlotte. Fuck you, sir. Latest contract acquisition, the city. Yeah, okay. Here's... Oof. Yeah. This is gonna get rough. Okay. Charlotte, I'm proud to announce that this stupid company received a contract with the city Right? I hate corporate buyouts, especially when it's like shit like, oh. How you doing today, Glock? Oh, you received a contract with the city to dispose of any unclaimed bodies. This is an important revenue stream for us, as I'm sure I don't need to explain to you, Charlotte. Although Hillside blah 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 is being paid a decent wage from the city for these services, cremation is preferred here as it is the most cost-efficient of the two options. The first unclaimed body we will be handling belongs to a middle-aged man, possibly homeless, whose body has yet to be claimed. No special preparations are needed for this cadaver aside from cremation. Let's read Jen's email first. Oh my god, I needed this, Jen. Thank you. I just saw a video of a gorilla walking on its hind legs. Like a human being, Charlie. A human being! We as a species have seen the beginning of our end. I love you, Jen. You're the only thing keeping me sane. Home funerals. Why do it? Fuck yes. You're good? Lurking for a bit. Ooh, cake. Right? Oh. I'm gonna kill Chad. Cake is good. Glad you got some cake. Thanks for lurking. I should get some cake. I have cookies. Anyway, home funerals. Yes, love home funerals. Please. The appeal of a home funeral is apparent for many, especially if the deceased was somebody very close to you. The idea of keeping them at home until they are ready to be buried or cremated can be comforting. It wasn't that long ago we were taking care of our own deceased, but nowadays people are quick to pass off their loved ones to a funeral home. Most families aren't given the option, and assume this is mandatory. Funeral homes will almost always prepare the deceased using embalming and other methods to make them appear more alive. But isn't this process counterintuitive to the grieving process? Being around the deceased allows the bereaved to spend a longer period of time with their loved one's body, which can help them mourn or give opportunities to family members and friends to see the deceased one last time before they are taken to be buried or cremated. The idea of keeping the deceased body at home might sound gross, but it's important to understand that decomposition takes a long time, and you can further slow this process by keeping your home cool and dry. To be around your loved ones and to see them decay naturally is an important part of the grieving process. Home funerals aren't just more intimate, but they are economical. A traditional funeral, complete with body preparation, services, flowers, cards, and many other hidden costs and fees, can cost upwards of $7,000 to $10,000. When you're able to take care of your loved ones yourself, to wash and dress them, and to organize their viewing from home, the only cost remaining is entirely in the cremation or burial itself. However, it's important to understand that different rules apply given on what state you live in. In all states, it is legal to have your loved one's body at home after they die. States like Alabama, Connecticut, Illinois, Indiana, Louisiana, Michigan, Nebraska, New Jersey, and New York require a funeral director's involvement, from signing the death certificate to overseeing burial or cremation. If this is a route you decide to go for yourself or your loved ones, be sure to follow everything by the book. But just know this may be an option available to you and your loved ones if you so choose. Alright, let's take care of this poor unclaimed fellow. He still deserves respect. Okay. Doesn't seem to have any valuables on him that would be damaged during cremation. Let's just worry about putting his identification in the coffin with him. Alright, sir. Alright. He doesn't get a fancy one. I won't play with your skull. It's just moving like that on its own. It just does that. It's amazing. Counter, not the tray. Gotcha. Here you go, and here you go. Okay. Alright, we're probably gonna be the only ones studying him, huh? Oof. Hey guy. Sorry, we don't even know your name. God, that's fucking sad. April 9th. Okay. What do we got today? What ways is Chad gonna piss me off today? Oh god. Yep, okay. Nope. Okay. I knew this was coming. Yep, because I know this is a thing. I need to take 5 minutes just because I need a quick bio break anyway, but ooh, I need to mentally prepare myself for this as well. So ooh, okay. Alright. Hi! I'm back. Are you ready for this? Hello, we are thrilled to announce that this company, subsidiary Rose and Daughters, just signed a contract with Morning Valley Hospital, allowing us access to all the cadavers that come through their pediatric and maternity wards. We're excited for the opportunity to work with Morning Valley Hospital, which intakes over 100,000 patients and receives $15 million in funding and donations annually. This will no doubt be a boon for Hillside, blah blah blah, bright and sustained future. I want to punch Chad so much. I can't. This one. Jen though. Okay, I'll read Jen's in a minute because I'm gonna need some good news in a minute. What do you want? Okay, let me start from the beginning here. From Kofi Dinka to Chad Grant. Dear Mr. Grant, regarding last time we spoke, my daughters and I would still prefer to host a home funeral ourselves and keep my wife here until she's ready to be buried. I just want to make sure she's taken care of. Her heart attack was so sudden we don't know what to do. Just want to make sure she has a proper send-off. Ugh, Chad. I'm gonna get him. I understand your desire to keep your wife at home, but I assure you the best way to honor your wife is through a traditional funeral package instead. He's full of shit. I promise you your wife's funeral with us will be a beautiful, intimate gathering where all of her beloved friends and family can come together and say their goodbyes. The standard embalming will allow for everyone to view your wife, ensuring that everyone can see her one final time as she was, beautiful, peaceful, courageous. Letting us take care of the food with our prepared food service will ensure you don't have a single thing to worry about on this day. Okay, we'll take the traditional funeral package. Thank you for considering us in this hard time. Charlotte. Charlotte, I see we're not able to convince the Dimka family to take a standard funeral. I had to contact them myself in order to not lose this sale. Please read the enclosed emails for a lesson on how to properly upsell potential customers. I don't want to see that we've lost any customers because of your refusal to upsell, but as part of your job. I hate him. I hate him. Fucking A. Fucking Chad. Matthew, no, you're my only ally here. Oh, no. Carly, it's official. I've put in my 2 weeks notice. You know how unhappy I am working for Mega Corporation 101. My skills, especially my driving ones, are useful in other professions. I'm not worried about myself. But you I am worried about. You're too good for this corporate scum. You actually care about the people you work with and for. Don't let them defeat you, okay? Matthew J. Yes, I'll bring beers over next week. We can talk a bit more freely. Alright, Jen, I need some good news. Yes, dating a special effects makeup artist, and she is like the coolest person I've ever met in my life. Oh, I'm happy for you, Jen. She totally loves Ava's possession and was equally freaked out by the possession scenes, but so utterly delighted at the idea of a support group for people who have been possessed. That was your best recommendation in a while, Charlie. You were slipping there. I was worried you had lost your taste. But yeah, her name is Lily, and she's super death positive and isn't freaked out by my work. And also isn't too into it like the last dude I saw. Jason, Michael, I can't remember. I just really like spending time around her. I can talk about whatever I want and it's never a conversation stopper. She also totally gets what I mean when I say that, like, working with death and spending so much time around death actually makes me happier. It makes everything else feel so much more worth it, you know? Memento Mori or whatever they taught us in that one poetry class we took. We just clicked. Feels good. Fun and affirming, like dating should be. I'm thinking of taking her to Maple Meadows. She's super into roller coasters, and I think the idea of sharing cotton candy, or maybe not, I don't want to throw up on the rides, is sickeningly cute. Then maybe I'll kiss her on top of a Ferris wheel. Be super corny and cliche for once in my life. Anywho, enough about me for now. Still kind of in shock from your last email. Do you think you're going to do it? You know you have my support 100% no matter what you decide. What was I going to do? We're going to quit? Register a business. We're opening our own funeral home. Fuck yes. Fuck you, Chad. Fuck you. Yes. Let me read this. Ah, yes, water cremation. Fuck yes, this is cool too. Water everywhere, and not a drop to drink. Water cremation. We call it a few different things, but flameless cremation, a bit of an oxymoron, but we'll let it slide. Perhaps more commonly, resumation. Its technical name, though, is actually alkaline hydrosis. Whatever we want to call it, it's here, and it's environmentally friendly alternative to traditional cremation. But for the sake of this newsletter, let's call it water cremation. We all know that traditional cremation and burials take a huge toll on the environment, the high energy consumption that adds to the greenhouse gas effect being one of the chief among them, and water cremation is an alternative method available for eco-conscious amongst. How does it work? It's basically a water-based chemical process that uses really strong alkali and water heated up very high, about 350 Fahrenheit. Basically works like a sped up version of natural decomposition. The excess water gets put through the same water treatment process as any sewage water at a factory, and alkaline hydrolysis uses significantly less energy than traditional cremation processes. Neat, huh? Been around for a bit, and in some places became legal around the end of the first decade of the aughts. Not a bad alternative for those who don't want their death to have any greater impact on the environment than necessary. Oh yeah. Let me see. Are you registering a business? Yes! Okay. Funeral services. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Articles of incorporation. Business name. Registration of sole proprietorship. General partnership. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on, let's get Matthew to work. Come with us. Yeah, we'll talk about it over beers, Matthew. Let's do it. Sure thing. I'll get right to it, Chad. Fuck you. Oh, I know this is not what you wanted. You did not want it to be embalmed. The deceased family has asked for an open casket funeral. They wanted to do this themselves. They should have had that option, but fucking Chad is a piece of shit. Let's break rigor mortis. Get your eye caps. Get your cotton balls. Get y'all loosened up. I haven't talked to my parents about what they want to do. All I really know is I think my mom still wants Freebird played at her funeral. Hopefully it's not anytime soon, but you know. Okay, that one took a while. Alright. Mike's not gone yet, he put in his 2 weeks. Okay. Let's go see. Starving. Why do these things always make me so hungry? You're always hungry. And now they've got shitty food provided by the place. Just, ugh, can't even bring their own good stuff. It's so cold in here, I think they have the air conditioning on too high. Go for a walk later. It's really nice out. I get to stretch my legs. But when there's a cremator in the next room, you know, like the AC's gotta be pretty high. This feels so impersonal. She would have hated this. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. They must have had their reasons. Oh, hey, what do you think of that trailer I sent you? Oh yeah, I've heard that show is so good. I saw that video of that one kid actor doing karaoke. Yeah. Do you think we did the right thing? I feel bad not doing what Mom asked for. I know, honey, but what that Chad guy said seems right. We don't want to dishonor her memory by letting her rot. Fuck Chad, he's wrong. Yeah, I just want Mom to know I loved her. Wish I hadn't yelled at her before. It's okay, she knew you loved her. Fights happen, please don't be hard on yourself. I'm gonna miss her. Me too. Okay. August 30th. Oh, it's been a minute, hasn't it? Yes! Yes, our new office! Yes! Fuck you, Chad. Fuck you. Got our own place now with a shiny desk. Oh my god. From Amy Rose, congratulations! Fuck you, Chad! Yeah! Charlie dear, I'm so proud of you. I knew there was something special in you and know how to do for Rose and Daughters. If there's anything I can do for you, please do not hesitate to ask. I'm always happy to help. Best wishes, Amy Rose. P.S. I sorely miss you and Matthew's terrible sense of humor. From Matthew, you'll never believe what new job I am working now. Hope this able to find out. Hey Charlie, when I first became a hearse driver, I was told that my most important job wasn't steering, it was sympathizing. I respectfully disagree, and thankfully I concentrated on my driving skills since I am now working for, wait for it, bus driver. A school bus driver, Charlie. Can you believe that? Pretty sure if I said the most important part of my job now wasn't steering, I'd be fired immediately. Didn't know how else to tell you. For some reason I was worried you'd think less of me. But I don't know why, I've never been the judgmental kind. Besides, horses are way easier to deal with than children. Screaming children, might I add. I actually love it. These kids can be pretty cute, but don't tell me I told you that. She's always harping on me for not having any kids and for being all cynical about them. Congrats on your new business, Charlie. I'm proud of you. Swing by the new place one day and show you my new wheels. Maybe we can grab a bite to eat. Be seeing ya. From Jen, congrats on your new business! Yes! Charlie, I'm so happy for you. I know it's been a rough year for you. Seriously, I think our wine intake saw a bazillion% increase. But you've stuck through it all like a champ. You deserve this. Finally being your own boss is a great move for you. No more having to explain anything you don't want to. I'm trying to not be too cheesy right now. Can't wait to be home next week for our visit and to check out your new space. As always, Jen L., Museum Curator, London Pathology Museum. P.S. Have you heard about these green burial pods? When I find the link in one of my million open tabs, I'll shoot it over to you. Alright, from Eileen Hansen today. Alright. Dear Charlie, today's the day already, isn't it? Can't believe how quickly this has come up. Thank you for your understanding and for your work. Made today easier already. See you at 1 p.m. Best, Eileen Hansen. Alright, see you soon. Oh, I didn't read that. Hang on, wait. Let me read that other tab. Magnolia Forest, aha! That's our name. Magnolia Forest, Funeral Home and Natural Burial Park. Our services. Magnolia Forest, named after the magnolia trees that surround the funeral home, specializes at-home funerals and green burials in our natural burial park. Our goal is to empower families and encourage them to have a closer relationship with death and the dying process. The death of a loved one can be a confusing and sometimes traumatic time, and we want you all to feel fully fulfilled, fully involved in your loved one's death care decisions. Whether you're looking to care for your loved one from the comfort of your home, be present during cremation, or bury them in our national cemetery, Magnolia Forest is here to work with you and provide these simple but intimate and meaningful options. Natural Burial Park. Our natural burial park allows the body to return to the earth and recycle naturally. It is intended as an environmentally sustainable alternative to existing funeral practices. Our park has room for bodies of all sizes and ages, as well as beloved pets. Families also have the option to bury their loved ones themselves if they so choose. Prices. We believe in being transparent about our prices and practices. We are happy to explain all of our prices, work within your budget, and hope to make you feel comfortable and confident in your decisions. Let us know if we can answer any of your questions. Home funeral, $1,000 all inclusive. Number. Green burial and service, $22.50 for adults all inclusive. Well, I'm glad we didn't have to actually take care of any of the hospital stuff. Oof. That's rough. Direct cremation, $600 all inclusive. Infants are buried at no charge. We can provide a 3x3 plot and help opening and closing the grave. Oh, that's good. I like that. Wish I had a... I should see, actually, if there's a green burial place near me. You know, hopefully I won't need it anytime soon, but it's good to know. This hurts. I thought it'd be easier, but it's not. It hurts so much. But thank you for helping me give her the funeral she always wanted. Anyway, I think we're ready to get started now. Listen. Things happen, you know? Yeah! I haven't watched any Caitlin Dowdy videos in a while. But yeah, according to my doctor, it doesn't seem like it's imminent. But there's definitely some things to keep an eye on. Yeah, small businesses! Woohoo! Ontario Arts Council! Oh. Yay! This song is so chill. Nice! Yay! We did it! That was nice. No one can prove what happened to Chad. We didn't see it. It's okay. It's fine. We saw the basics of a mortician's life. And I am, yes, again, honestly kind of grateful we didn't actually have to carry out any of those hospital contracts, because that is very traumatizing. Oh god. I did think, excuse me, I did consider for a while, and sometimes sometimes I still kind of consider going to a mortuary school. But I don't like dealing with people. You know, dealing with the dead seems like it would be easier, but it's the dealing with the grieving living. It's rough, and also, yeah, dealing with the dead is also rough. Different ways. But yeah, that was good. I'm glad I finally got to play it. And that's probably the only Mortician-based game that I will be playing. So you will not see me playing Mortuary Assistant. No way, no how. That is not my speed.